Eight Immortals Hotel. The Eight Immortals Hotel case was a very sensational murder case in Macau. The original location of the crime was number 14, Avenida Areia. And the current location is from the lobby of Macau Victoria Hotel to the adjacent shops. In early August 1985, a suspect was suspected of killing 9 members of the proprietor's family and 1 employee at the hotel park near the Triangle Garden in Areia Preta, Macau. The deceased were aged from 7 to 70 years old. It was not revealed until the following year. While in custody, the suspect committed suicide by cutting his pulse with a soda can ring. Whether the suspect had any accomplices to help him remains a mystery. It is widely rumored that the murderer turned the deceased's body into barbecued pork buns and sold them in restaurants. So this case is also known as the human flesh barbecued pork bun case. The case has since been adapted into movies, TV series, novels, and comics many times. Background: the Eight Immortals Hotel opened around the 1960s and was run by the Zheng Lin family. Zheng Lam was originally a barbecue hawker. He originally ran a barbecue stall in the hawker area on the west side of 7th Street in Areia Preta, now the passage from Fairview Garden to 2nd Street in Areia Preta. The signboard at that time was a green frame with a white background. There is a red circle in the middle with white regular script fonts writing the name of the shop from right to left. Later, he was supported by the chicken and duck stall owner in the market, and loaned him money to move to the wooden house area on the west side of the junction of Areia Preta Road and Arch Road. The hotel, now at the bottom of the footbridge on the left side of the main entrance of the Victoria Hotel, at that time had its signboard changed to a red frame with a white background, with the name of the restaurant written in red regular script from right to left in the middle, and economic meals, and porridge noodles, in straight script on both sides. He married his wife Shun Huiyi in 1973 and had 4 daughters and 1 son. According to the neighbors, Zheng Lin was honest and popular with the neighbors, but his wife was addicted to alcohol. Mahjong, often in and out of casinos, takes money very seriously, and is not very popular. The suspect in the case, Huang Zhiheng, also known as the Butcher of Hong Kong and Macau, whose real name is Chen Ziliang, was from Shulu Village, Nanhai, Guangdong. He was about 50 years old at the time of the crime. He was married and had a son who was about 7 years old. Chen's family was quite wealthy when he was young, and later his family moved from Nanhai to Hong Kong and settled there. After the massacre at the Eight Immortals Hotel, the police discovered that he had been involved in another murder case in Hong Kong 12 years ago. On November 5, 1973, he went to Fuk Cheong House, Kings Road, Quarry Bay, Hong Kong to borrow 10,000 yuan from a man named Li He but was refused. So he tied up and chopped Li He, his wife and his sister, and put them in the bathtub. The police drowned Li He and tried to set a fire with an LPG stove. Fortunately, Li, his sister and his wife escaped in time. His name at that time was Chen Ziliang. He fled to the countryside of Pingnan, Pingzhou District, Nanhai County, Guangdong, and lived in the home of his former servant Li. He fell in love with the Li family's daughter, and the two smuggled to Macau. In order to evade police pursuit, he cut off a section of his left index finger and burned it to destroy his fingerprints. In 1986, the Eight Immortals Hotel case was exposed, and Li and his family recognized him as Chen Ziliang. Facts of the case: body parts found at noon on August 8, 1985. 8 mutilated limbs surfaced near the Grandma's Yang, on the black sand beach in Kaloan. Swimmers immediately notified the marine police. After counting by the police, there were 4 right foot soles, 2 left foot soles, and 2 palms. At that time, the stump was severely decomposed and had been immersed in seawater for more than 2 days. Macau police officers suspected that the stowaway had encountered a shark, but the incisions on the limbs were very neat, and the fingers on the broken palm were crushed, as if someone had deliberately destroyed the fingerprints. 2 days later, a wild dog bit the palm of a woman's left hand in Granyang Beach. 3 days later, the police found a woman's right palm. And a swimmer also found a right heel. A total of 11 human body parts were found in 5 days. Because 4 right foot soles were found, it was inferred that the death toll was at least 4. Faced with 11 mutilated limbs, the judicial police quickly set up a task force. During the investigation, the judicial police invited forensic officers from mainland China to come to Australia to help analyze the severed limbs and leave records, but there was no progress in the murder investigation. At 5 p.m. on February 20, 1989, several cleaning workers discovered a large number of human bones at the Chicken Neck garbage dump in Taipa. After several days of investigation, the police believed that they belonged to the 10 deceased people from the Pat Sin Hotel. Missing person letter revealed the Zheng Lin family who were killed in April 1986. 8 months after the body was discovered, the Judicial Police Department and Guangzhou Interpol received letters from the Zheng Lin brothers, the owners of the Eight Immortals Hotel, which provided an opportunity to solve the case. The letter stated, "Brother Yu, Zheng Lin, has been in Macau for many years and established a career through hard work. However, he suddenly disappeared in early August last year, and his Eight Immortals Hotel and properties in Macau were inherited by another man named Huang. The recent blackout in Macau's Kaloan human body parts were found in the sea in Sha Po Yang. I am afraid that my brother and his family have been killed. We hope that the police will do their best to help find Brother Yu's whereabouts." Zheng Lin's brother said that his brother took his 2 young girls back to his hometown of Zhongshan in July 1985. But there has been no news since then. At that time, they suspected that their brother's wife, Sen Huiyi, was having an affair with Huang Zhiheng, so the two conspired to kill Zheng Lin. They also speculated that the murderer and Sen had turned against each other afterwards, so they killed her and her family. The 10 missing persons mentioned in the letter include victim Zheng Lin, more than 50 years old, proprietor of the Eight Immortals Hotel Sen Huiyi, 42 years old, Zheng Lin's wife Zheng Baozhu, 18 years old, eldest daughter Zheng Baohong, 12 years old, second daughter Zheng Baowen, 10 years old, third daughter Zheng Baohua, 9 years old, fourth daughter Zheng Guande, 7 years old, son Chen Lilong, 70 years old, mother of female proprietor Shum Hui * Chen Zhen, also known as Chen Lizhen, 60 years old. The 9th aunt of the female proprietor Sen Hui * Zheng Boliang, 61 years old, cousin of Zheng Lin. Chef and proprietor of the Eight Immortals Restaurant, although the circumstances of this series of cases could not be confirmed. The letter caused the police to launch an investigation into Huang Zhiheng. Apprehend the suspect. Huang Zhiheng is suspected of killing 1 person in Hong Kong and then killing 10 more people in Macau. On the afternoon of September 28, 1986, Huang Zhiheng left the Eight Immortals Hotel in a hurry and wanted to enter mainland China. The police immediately stopped him after discovering it and led the reporting center to investigate. The police discovered that after the disappearance of Zheng Lam's family, Huang Zhiheng not only took over the Eight Immortals Hotel and replaced it with new employees, but also rented out Zheng Lam's property on 4th Street in Areia Preta. Huang Zhiheng and a son in his 20s, he lived in another unit. and the car his son was driving at the time was also owned by Zheng Lin. During cross-examination, Huang Zhiheng said that he only wanted to send his wife and daughter back to the mainland, and denied absconding. He also pointed out that he bought Zheng Lin's property with real money and earned the money from smuggling. That night, he said his asthma relapsed and he was so emotional that he threatened to bite his tongue and commit suicide. The next day, the divisional police officially issued photos of the 10 missing persons in the Baxian Hotel and asked residents to provide relevant information. Afterwards, Huang Zhiheng changed his confession, claiming that Zheng Lin owed him 600,000 yuan in gambling debts, and handed over all his property to himself. Zheng Lin's family then immigrated, but the police did not find any departure record of Zheng Lin's family. At this time, the police found in Huang Zhiheng's safe the key to Zheng Lin's safe at the Hong Market branch of Nantong Bank, his hometown return certificate, and copies of his 4 children's birth certificates and student ID cards. On October 2, 1986, Huang Zhiheng was formally charged and transferred to the Criminal Prosecution Court for investigation. It was ruled that the evidence was established and he was remanded to the Macau City Prison pending trial. On October 3, Huang Zhiheng was remanded to the prison for the second day. He was beaten by other prisoners and was bruised all over his body. He was sent to the hospital for treatment. During this period, Huang asked to stay in the hospital and refused to return to the city prison. However, he was remanded back to the prison on the morning of October 4.